Wednesday. It is the 25th of November, 2015, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels, and we are mighty glad you've joined us this wonderful week of Thanksgiving, and on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes, it is.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve. And last night, the big night downtown Goldsboro, the city's all lit up, and the county's all lit up, and we're all lit up. We're on fire. Oh, baby. Yeah. But it's it's the day before Thanksgiving, and I hope that for the Thanksgiving period, Thanksgiving holidays, which usually would be Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, that you are where you want to be, where you prefer being. And if you're not, let's say, for instance, if you're in the military and you're at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, thank you for your service. We appreciate you so much, and we're sorry you can't be where you want to be at home. Perhaps you had rather be where you are right now, but that's fine. That's fine. We thank you very much, and we wish you the happiest of Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are you thankful for?
A whole lot. I'm so thankful for a lot of things. I'm so thankful for good health and a great place to raise our family, and our family, you know, that's here in town and outside of our town. And I'm just thankful to be surrounded by good people.
Yeah.
Like you, man.
Okay.
What are you thankful for?
Like you, tons of stuff.
Yeah.
My health, although my doctor keeps pushing me to do better. But I'm thankful for my health, what health I have, for many, many things. Working with some mighty good people like you, girl, and here at the county. I work for the county, and you work with the chamber. And we have a lot of friends. We share this station with the city of Goldsboro as well. We want to thank the city as well, and then working with those fine folks too. Doing a great job. Doing a great job.
Great people.
Yes, indeed.
Great people.
Let's see now. Today is the 25th. Noel, I want to go do birthdays right now, okay. Before we get into the program. But Noel Neal is having a birthday. She is 95 today. Now, let me tell you who Noel Neal is. Now, the younger people have no idea. But those who watched Superman back in the 50s, they know this lady. She was Lois Lane.
Oh.
She was actually the second Lois Lane. The first one didn't last a long time. She went on to do something else. But the second Lois Lane, Noel Neal, is 95 years today, and she is just amazing. She's fantastic. In fact, she was acting. If I'm not mistaken, I think she has something in the can right now that's about to be released in post-production. But anyway, she is 95 today. Best known, she's done other stuff, but she's best known for Lois Lane in the 50s. A fellow by the name of Ben Stein is at times a bit controversial because he certainly speaks his mind. He is a...
Is he the guy with the voice
that
I don't like?
Yes.
And I know some of you at home are like, we don't like your voice, lady. But I really don't like his voice.
Well, he talks like this.
Yeah.
He wears glasses. He talks like that. And he's just like his dad. His dad was an economist, very well-known author and all that. But Ben has been around a long time, an extremely intelligent man. And I personally, I like the guy. But I'm a little odd anyway. But anyway, besides all that, he's 71 today, Ben Stein is. A fellow by the name of John Larroquette, who was on Night Court some years ago. He played the DA. A funny man. He had his own show as well for a while. Very funny guy, the John Larroquette Show. He's 68 today. You know, are you familiar with the show Nash Bridges?
No. Okay. I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
Right. That Nat has made its way back into the studio here. But anyway. Anyway, Nash Bridges.
I was starting to wonder what you were doing.
A guy by the name of Tracy Walter played the character Angel on Nash Bridges.
Okay.
But he has been around. He has done so many programs. He's a diminutive guy with long, stringy hair and a weird smile. But boy, can he act. He's one of my favorites. His name is Tracy Walter. He was in Silence of the Lambs. He's just done tons of stuff.
Yeah.
He's 68 today. A fellow by the name of Billy Burke was Special Agent Dean on Rizzoli and Isles. He was Miles on Revolution. He's Mitch Morgan on Zoo, whatever Zoo is. He's 49 today. Christina Applegate. Married with children. She was Jessie in Jessie, and she was in Samantha Who. She's 44 today, Christina Applegate is. Hard to believe. But also Eddie Steeples is Tyler on the TV show Raising Hope. He's 42. And there we go. Those are the birthdays we have. All right. And very quickly, today's the 25th. It's National Parfait Day.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. Okay, we're going to go to this. We'll be back with that. And talking to us. How you doing?
Absolutely. I'm doing well.
Great. Now, how long have you been with the Highway Patrol?
I've been with the patrol for about a year and a half now.
About a year and a half. And where's home for you?
Home's Swansboro out of Onslow County.
So have you spent your whole time here in Wayne County?
Yes, sir, I have.
With Troop C?
Yes, sir.
All right. Trooper Hostinsky, let me ask you, here it is, a holiday season, and people are going to be doing a lot of traveling, as they always do this time of year. We'll want to remind people some of the things to look out for while they're out traveling on the highways. What are some of the things that we need to be aware of while we're traveling this holiday season?
Most of the things to be aware of, same thing as every other part of the year, except we just have a higher volume of traffic during this time of year with everybody traveling to go visit friends and family. So just be aware for people that are following too close, people unable to maintain their lane, whether they be tired or intoxicated.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right, let me ask you, let me interrupt here. We'll take one at a time here. Sure. Driving defensively or driving too close, how do we judge how we're driving too close? Is there a rule of thumb that we need to follow?
There's two different rules of thumb you could do. One is 1 second per every 10 miles per hour. So if it's 50 miles an hour, you would be approximately 5 seconds behind the car in front of you.
5 seconds behind.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The other rule of thumb that people like to apply is 1 car length per every 10 miles per hour. So the same thing, 50 miles per hour would be approximately 5 car lengths behind the car in front of you.
All right, and something that has more or less become mainstream here the last several years is texting, telephoning.
Yes, sir.
All right, how important is that?
Distracted driving is a terrible thing. If your eyes aren't on the road, you don't have as much time to react. You're not seeing whether the vehicle in front of you slammed on brakes or something's in the roadway. You're not going to see it as fast, so you're not going to give yourself enough time to react to whatever issue's ahead.
If you're driving 55 miles an hour or so on a state road or even on an interstate highway at 70 miles an hour, you're moving along pretty quickly, and it doesn't feel like you're covering that much area that fast.
Correct.
But you're covering a lot of area very quickly.
Yes, sir.
And your reaction time is not, people think, hey, man, I got it. But they don't have it, do they?
No,
it
sir.
can happen in an instant of a second.
Yes, sir.
So distracted driving, if you're distracted while you're driving, that's extremely dangerous.
Yes, sir. It can be almost as bad as impaired driving.
And I've seen people not even using a cell phone, but distracted in other ways. I've seen them reading a newspaper while driving on a highway.
Yes.
And you've heard of this. I'm not joking about this. This is real. People actually do this. Read a book, read a newspaper, something like that while they're driving.
Yes, sir.
Now, books on tape would be one good way of doing it. Would you agree with that, or is that distracting?
Books on tape is similar to listening to the radio. Yeah. Anything to keep your hands free and your eyes focused on the roadway ahead of you.
So while you're traveling, 1 car length ahead of you for every 10 miles per hour, or 1 second.
Yes, sir.
And that's on the highway, or is that on the street level as well?
You can apply that anywhere.
Okay. What about I'm going to change gears here and go to child safety seats.
Okay.
Is there a rule of thumb about how to, because there's so many different kinds and different manufacturers out there, how does someone know how to put the child safety seat in? Because that gets kind of complicated, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Every manufacturer should come with a list of labels on the seat that would show pictures and diagrams of how to install. You can go to most of your fire departments. They should all be child safety seat technicians, or even check and call ahead at the sheriff's office, police department, or the highway patrol's office. Somebody there may be a trained child safety seat installer.
And they can help you.
Absolutely.
They will actually help you install your child safety seat and show you how to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good news. All right, well, this highway season, will there be traffic checks out on the highways?
We'll have every available trooper working during this time of year.
And recently there was a click it or ticket campaign.
Yes, sir.
Is that still going on?
The campaign for click it or ticket is not currently going on. However, seatbelt enforcement is something that happens year round.
That is year round. Now, how do troopers see that someone is not wearing their seatbelt. I mean, that gets kind of tricky, doesn't it? And that's something that bothers me. I'm really curious about this.
It just takes time in being able to see, getting used to the visual indicators that I look for as a trooper may be different than another trooper.
Don't give away any secrets here.
No,
okay?
sir, I wouldn't want to,
no.
but it's just a matter of practice.
Yeah, but you can do it. I know you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've seen and heard of people actually getting ticketed for not wearing their seatbelts, and you should always wear your seatbelt when you're driving in a vehicle, and all your occupants in your vehicle should ride with their seatbelt on, because, like you, I have seen some horrible accidents where lives would have been saved had they been wearing a seatbelt.
Absolutely.
There's no question about it. Seatbelt saves lives. They save lives. So we're always wear your seatbelt, because if you're driving on the highway and you're not wearing a seatbelt and you're involved in an accident, I mean, who's right and who's wrong here? If you're wearing your seatbelt, you can save your life. The alternative is not good. But if you, and some people are really stubborn about this, aren't they?
Some are, yes, sir. Some view it as their right to decide, and in a way it is. However, it's a North Carolina statute, so it's ours to enforce.
But at the same time, you've got a family in the car.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to put their lives at risk is the question.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be either, and I'm not. So wear your seatbelt. What do you need to be looking for on the highway if you're driving out on the highway and you see a car acting erratically, or what do you do? Is it maybe he just dropped something?
If a behavior tends to happen just once, maybe it was a similar situation to what you mentioned. They dropped something, they leaned over to pick it up. If it's a maintained behavior of bad driving, whether it be an inability to maintain the speed limit or just a steady speed, speeding up, slowing down repeatedly, failure to maintain their lane control, whether they're veering over the center line, over the fog line to the right, something like that. Those are visual indicators that we look for as law enforcement to detect driving while impaired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see anything like that, you can call either 911 or straight to the Highway Patrol. You can dial star HP, which is also star 47.
Star 47 or star HP on,
yes,
on your phone.
To report that type of incident.
Now, if you do that, if you report an incident like that, does that caller end up having to go to court if it goes that far?
No, sir. We just, what we ask is to try to stay behind the vehicle for as long as possible. Now, if you have to make a turn, you have to make a turn. We understand. But the longer that you can stay behind that vehicle and let us know an updated location or the current behavior, whether it's gotten worse or gotten less, that's always helpful to us in the long run.
Understanding that this person could be putting lives at risk.
Yes, sir.
And if someone's able to stay behind this person and report where they are and what's going on, then perhaps the patrol can get there faster and help out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any idea? What are some of the misconceptions? Let me ask you about that. Some misconceptions that people may have about the highway patrol, or about just about safe driving out on the highway.
The biggest misconception, I would say, is that it can't happen to me, train of thought.
Oh, yeah.
Because it could happen to me. It could happen to you. Anybody at any given time is vulnerable to a collision on the highway.
That you know what? That is the biggest, and I'm sure probably the most important, that people just realize that it could happen to them.
Yes, sir.
All right. Trooper, thank you so much for being with us today. Trooper Adam Hostinsky, I appreciate it. North Carolina Highway Patrol Troop C here in Wayne County. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Today we're at the Soup Kitchen here in Goldsboro. We're talking with Darisha Benton. Darisha, what do you do here?
I take care of my friends that are in need.
And these are all your friends here?
Yes, sir.
This is quite a large gathering of people. Do you see this very often?
Yes, sir.
Every day?
6 days a week.
6 days a week. Now, today is Tuesday, yesterday being Monday. How many people did you serve yesterday?
185.
185. And I see all ages, all races, all creeds, all colors, all kinds of people coming in.
Right. This is my Soup Kitchen family.
The Soup Kitchen family.
And no questions asked.
No boundaries, no questions asked.
No, sir.
If they need food, they're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're open how many days a week?
6 days a week.
6 days a week, and you serve lunch?
From 11 to 12.
Okay.
And we're here on the holidays unless that holiday falls on a Sunday.
Now, where do you get all your food, Darisha?
The community.
All donated.
Yes, sir.
From people in the community, friends of this soup kitchen.
Right.
How long you been doing this?
January be 22 years.
22 years. You must have started when you were what, 3? 4 maybe.
You're being nice, Wayne.
No, I'm not. That's just the way it is, you know. But Darisha, this is an amazing gathering of people here. Do you see the same people regularly? Do they come?
I do have regulars, and then some I see just for the day.
Do people
New faces all the time.
Most of these people live in the Goldsboro, Wayne County area?
Yes, sir. Some come from Dudley, some come from Fremont.
You ever get anybody from out of town?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
And the food is all donated from individuals and from, I take it, restaurants
Businesses,
or
churches.
Now, what would, if there's a misconception of any kind, I can't imagine what it would be, but are there misconceptions about the soup kitchen?
I would hope not.
Things that are just not understood by the general public? Well, that's okay. I would have to think maybe one of the biggest misconceptions is that when people who come to the soup kitchen are all homeless people, or they're all older people, or they're all whatever. But is any
right? It is. I do have homeless. I do have low income, but now it's slowly merging to where. Well, actually, I'll take the slowly. The pace is picking up with the working class, to where they might come and eat lunch with me, where they're saving their money to get gas or medicine, or pay their lights or water. So it's a supplement to the income that they have. It's just not carrying them.
Times are tough.
Yes,
Times
sir.
are really tough for
There's
a lot of people.
There's a lot of people that are insecure with food. Yes, sir.
A lot of people are losing their employment for whatever reason. They're out of work, strife within the family. Who knows, whatever the reason could be. It could be 1,000 reasons for this, but they are in need.
Right.
And they come here.
That's my main goal, is to take care of them. I'm not here to judge them. I'm here to take care of them.
If they need food, they can come here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there a phone number? Is there a way that people can get more information about the soup kitchen?
Well, our location is 112 West Oak Street, and the phone number is 919-731-3939.
731-3939.
Yes.
And this is the former Jewish temple, isn't it?
Correct.
This is a beautiful old building.
It is.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And the Jewish community is very giving to us, and the Will family, and yes.
It's a wonderful place, and the entrance is on, is that Oak Street?
Right, Oak Street.
Corner of James and Oak.
Corner of James and Oak.
And if somebody wanted to make a donation, would you welcome that?
Yes, sir.
I thought you might. How could someone make a donation?
Well, they can come and bring it to me personally, or they can mail it to me at Post Office Box 1064, Goldsboro 27533.
And if someone wanted to donate food, how would they do that? Same way?
Yes, sir.
They wouldn't want to mail it to you necessarily.
Right.
Okay, but we're talking about non-perishable items.
Well, and perishable.
And perishable, okay.
Right.
I noticed a whole ton of collards out back.
Yes, a nice farmer dropped them off this morning.
That's nice. That's nice. So they can come bring food stuff. Are you here all the time? Well, I know you're here all the time.
Well, our operating hours are 8:30 to 1:30.
8:30 to 1:30, and lunch is served at 11 till 2.
No, 11 to 12.
That's just checking to make sure you knew. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Darisha, thank you so much.
But I do want to say that my frame of time, my lunch hour is 11 to 12.
11 to 12.
Right, but we keep serving until we're gone.
Everybody gets food.
That's
and
right.
everybody
as
gets
long
fed.
as we're here, they're going to get taken care of.
Okay. Everybody gets food. Everybody gets fed.
Right, because there's some, places like soup kitchens and things like that. I mean, if it's 12 o'clock, the door is locked.
Boom. Yeah.
And that's it. I can't do that.
Can't do that.
No, sir.
What, I'm real curious. I know you don't like to talk about you.
No.
I know you don't.
Because it's not about me.
I know. I realize that. But what did you do before you did this?
I was a housewife and a mother.
And what inspired you to open a soup kitchen?
Well, I didn't open it. It was already.
It was already here. Okay. Well,
no. This soup kitchen is an extension from St. Stephen's.
Right. Okay.
And Miss Barbara, she was the director for 24 years. And so when we're going to make the transition to over here, this would be our new home. Then she retired, and she recommended me for the position. So I volunteered with her for 10 years.
Wonderful.
And I've been directing here for 12.
Darisha Benton, director of the soup kitchen. Let me have that phone number one more time.
919-731-3939.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, at the Soup Kitchen today. And what's your name?
I'm Dina Kreger.
Dina, you're with Wayne Country Day School.
Yes, sir, I am.
And why are you here at the Soup Kitchen?
Every year I bring my students here and we try to serve and volunteer and help the people in the local community.
And you've been doing this how long?
About 8 years. This is my 8th year bringing my
goodness.
class.
Well, these, they look really young. They don't look like they've been in class for 8 years. I guess it's a different class each year.
It's a different class each year.
See, I'm not really that dumb.
I have 10 and 11-year-olds.
Okay.
They're 5th graders, and we talk quite a bit about helping and how we feel when we serve other people, and they just love it, and they do a good job every year coming and helping.
I've been watching these young people around here, and they are having a good time.
They're impressive, aren't they?
They are very impressive, I must say. So you've been doing this, is this through the school year, or do you round them up during the summer as well?
We usually do it at this time of year. It's always a greater need, and it just makes us feel good when we can come and help out around this time of year.
All right, Dina Kreger. Is it Kreger or Kreger?
Kreger.
Kreger.
Yes.
All right. That's Scottish, isn't it?
Actually, it's English.
English?
Yes,
okay, well,
English.
I was close. I was in the same hemisphere
Yes,
anyway, right?
yes.
Okay. Dina, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you. Ladies, come right this way, please. What's your name, Mary?
I am Mary Rowe.
Yes, you are.
Been knowing me for years.
Yes, we have.
This is my field worker, Ms. Eula Conyers.
Ms. Conyers?
How you doing?
I'm
And that's
fine,
the
ma'am.
president.
President, come over here, please.
Mrs. Shirley.
All right. Come right on around. Can we get them all in here? All right.
Shirley Howe.
Hi, Ms. Howard. You're from Wilson.
I am from Wilson.
I could tell.
Thank you.
You know why? Because I heard you say I'm from Wilson.
Yes.
See, I'm quick.
Or Davis. Or Davis.
Ms. Davis.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Good to
Thank
be
you.
here.
And
Good
it's
to be
a
here.
pleasure to meet all of you.
God bless you.
And
Goldsboro Raleigh Assembly Mission.
Goldsboro Raleigh Assembly.
Mission.
Mission.
Yes.
All right. So why are we here?
Well, we wanted to find ways to help people during the Thanksgiving holidays. So we came up, at first we were going to serve dinners, but then we thought about the soup kitchen, and we wanted to donate desserts. And so that's why we're here. We wanted to help somebody that was maybe a little less fortunate than we was.
Well, you know, I came in here a little earlier, and this place was absolutely packed. And it says a lot about the soup kitchen. It says that people are aware of it, and people who are hungry can come here and be fed,
Exactly.
regardless of from where they come, with how much money they have. And I can tell you, the people in here just don't have any money at all. They don't have enough to buy food. If they did, they wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
These people need to be fed. They need to be cared for.
That's right.
All right?
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us. What do we want to add to this?
Well, we have some more coming as
right.
well.
What is your name?
Takala Hood.
Takala
Hood.
Hood.
Yes.
Do you live in the Goldsboro area? You from Goldsboro?
I serve here in the Goldsboro area. We live in Wake County, though.
Okay, very good. And they've already told me why they're here today. Why are you here today?
Love of Christ.
All right, and
Yes.
we're going to
and love of God's people.
We're going to feed some of these people.
Right.
All right. Dessert.
That's the best thing.
Oh,
Sometimes
boy.
we have dessert first.
Yes, we do, don't we?
Yes.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for speaking with us.
I don't know why come my son don't come over here.
Come on over here. All right, let's talk to this young man right here. Pastor Robert Hood.
How you doing, sir?
Is that you?
That's me.
Well, Pastor Hood, thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us here. Now, what are you going to do today
Well, we're here to show our love
here at the soup
at
kitchen?
the soup kitchen. Yes.
Very
sir.
good. How often do you do this?
Well, we do this, I guess, once a year with the missionary department, but also the church I pastor. We do this every so often.
And the name of your church is?
St. Mark Church of Christ.
St. Mark's Church out on
in
West
Farrow.
Ash Street.
Not Ash Street, but Farrow.
Oh, the other one.
The other
I
one.
beg your pardon. Okay, you'll have to send me a bill for that.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
All right, very good. All right, well, Pastor, thank you for speaking with us.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us this Thanksgiving Eve, the 25th of November.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
lots of stuff going on. Remember that Black Friday is this Friday, and please be careful out there. Do you Black Friday?
I don't. And no, on Friday is when we'll be decorating for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So we will be at home getting all that done, and it's just not my thing to go.
Into the mob
No,
thing?
and I'll tell you, I think if you go with a set plan of, I know I want to get these things, I think you can fare very well. I know locally there's going to be a ton of sales going on at stores, but you know, I don't have my plan together yet for Christmas. So I would go and spend money I don't need to spend.
Oh,
You know, so, you know, or you'd find something, oh, I think I might like that for my mom.
Yeah.
But then 2 weeks from now I'll find something else, and it doesn't work for me.
Do you make a list and adhere to it, or do you just go out and say, oh, I want that. Oh, that's good. Oh,
I'm a list. Well, that's what would happen if I went on Friday.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I have zero lists.
You have to make a list.
I do a list. I'm a list person.
Okay.
A list person.
That tells me you're very organized. Is that true?
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Yeah.
My office is my house. I'm so funny about how things have to be. My office, it doesn't really look that way. My car is the worst.
Oh, really?
That is the worst.
Really?
It is
I am
embarrassing.
shocked.
It is embarrassing.
I'm
It's
shocked.
embarrassing.
No, I am.
It is.
Is it
if
really?
you walk by my car sometime, just look at it and be like, wow.
Oh, wow. How old is that Burger King
Because
wrapper, huh?
well, it's not that bad.
Oh.
It's not that bad. But I mean, there's crayons everywhere, and there's coloring books for the kids, and it's like leftover to buy. It's just.
Well, you're a mother. Come on.
I know, but like if you walk in our house, it's like we have very strict order. But in Mom's car, it's just like whatever.
But you know, that may be a good thing. It just kind of allows you to, well, it's better in your car than at home.
This is true. This
Okay.
is true.
All
But
right.
it's a never-ending cycle.
That's straightened out. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? Okay. Okay.
So how do you do your shopping? Do you shop? Do you do shop?
I grocery
Do you do
shop.
You make a list when you grocery shop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you put it in order of where it is in the grocery store?
Yes.
High five.
Oh, right. Yes, I do. Veggies first, frozen meats last.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I go to the veggie department, then I go to the canned goods, then I go up to something else, and then something else. I drink a lot of water, and then I go around the bend.
Yeah.
Okay, milk and eggs and cheese and sandwich meats, and then hamburger.
Done.
That's it, and then I'm out of there. No, well, aside from all that, as far as Christmas, I do a little shopping, and I try to get it all done at one time.
Yep. Very nice.
And it's usually on Christmas Eve.
Are you a Christmas Eve? You know, I mean.
Well, not really, not really.
You know, it is what it is. You go with what works, you know, and there are some things that come up last minute. I know some people that are already done. I mean, they were done in October.
Yeah.
Kudos to that.
Yes.
I mean, kudos. It's not how I'm wired. It would stress me out more. So you got to do what works for you.
But let's get serious just a moment here. We want, you know, Black Friday and all that. There's going to be not only people out shopping, but there's going to be people who want to take things from you. And you think about this now, okay?
Yeah.
You want to be, when you're shopping, you want to be alert as to everything going on around you, who is standing around. If they look like they're out in the middle of a parking lot, just kind of standing around, but they don't have anywhere to go, be aware of that and just be cautious of this person. Make sure your doors are locked on your vehicle. Make sure that there are no packages or gifts in sight.
Right.
And you just have to be vigilant about where you are and who is standing around you at all times. A few years ago, I was not surprised at all to see a fellow standing in front of, in fact, this store is closed now, it's not even here anymore, standing in front of a store, a major, big store, and was just standing there like he was waiting for a ride or something like that. Lady came out of the store, he grabbed her purse and ran. Saw that.
Yep.
He grabbed and ran to a waiting vehicle. So you have to be sure that when you are entering a store, exiting your car, entering a store, you make sure you know what's going on around you, who's standing around you. If it doesn't look right, move your car or move.
Yeah, and if it doesn't feel right when you leave a store, all you have to do is walk back in, wait till you feel more comfortable, or go find a sales associate and just say, look, it's probably nothing, but there's, for some reason, I don't feel comfortable. They will either walk out with you, or they will go investigate themselves, or they'll call the police, period.
That's a very good
and
idea.
they probably, and the smart thing would do is call the police if it did look like something was suspicious. But trust your gut. I mean, God gave us a gut, and there's a reason for it, and you just trust it, and you can never be too safe. And I think women with their pocketbooks are more vulnerable. I think because, you know, we're just, and now we've got these cell phones that are all attached to our ears, and we're texting. I mean, it's amazing how many times I've been in a parking lot and I'm like, watch what you're doing. Get off your phone.
Yeah.
So be mindful. They're looking for things like that. They are certainly looking. And the moms who are pushing the carts, I mean, it is. If you think about what you do, I think about what I do when I get in the car with the kids. I mean, you're multi. You got 2 kids ready to get out of a cart. So you pull up and you get them out, and then you get the pop. I mean, it's just.
Well,
we have to be careful.
In addition to all that, I want you to be sure that when you're in, and we talked about grocery shopping, and I see this so often, and I want to go up and say, lady, you need to pay attention to your purse.
Leave it, they'll wander off,
Yeah, they do. I see it almost every time I go into a grocery store.
I've never done that.
I see it almost everywhere, except she doesn't do it.
I did it on Saturday.
Did
I admitted that. I did, yeah.
Shame on you. But you cannot leave your purse unattended, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Wake up. Gee.
I'm trying to. There's so much.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, I guess I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
No, it's a very happy season. A lot of great stuff going on. And, we just need to be mindful. And, you stated it earlier, our military members who are not with their families this season, wrap your arms around community members, be it military or friends or neighbors who have lost loved ones. This is a wonderful time of year. It is also a very difficult time of year for many, many people. So keep that in mind. And, I think that's important. There's a lot to celebrate, but there's a lot of hurt right now. So
certainly
keep it in
is.
mind.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday period. We'll be back in here Monday, and until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.